And so, how will you best remember him?
I think Lemmy is the epitome of rock and roll. You know, he's always lived a wild lifestyle. It's the old thing, sex, drugs, and rock and roll, and he really lived that life, and he loved it, and he lived a life on the travelling. You know.
Is it true he drank a bottle of Jack Daniels a day?
He did. He drank a bottle of Jack Daniels, and I was saying to you earlier, on tour, they toured with us many, many times, probably 30 times over the periods, tours, and we used to have to do his rider because they'd have to present their rider to us of what they're going to eat and drink. And there was never any food. It was always a bottle of Jack Daniels, or 2 bottles of Jack Daniels, 2 bottles of vodka, a couple of cases of beer. I mean, and that was them. You know, that's the way they were, and they didn't pull any punches. People knew how they lived, and they really did live that lifestyle.
Tell me how long you've known him and how you got to know him in the first place.
Since the early 70s, and maybe even before that. I mean, we met up in a studio in Wales, and he was with Hawkwind then, I think. Well, he was with Hawkwind. And then I hadn't seen him for a while after that. And then we started doing tours together, you know, with Motorhead and Sabbath, and it happened that every tour we seemed to be doing, Motorhead was on it, in all the different incarnations of Sabbath, from the Ozzy period, Ronnie James Dio, Ian Gillan. It was always a Motorhead with us, you know, which was great. I mean, they were really a fun bunch and a really nice gang of a nice band, you know.
And you were supposed to be playing alongside him in a few months at the Download Festival, is that right?
Yes, they were on the Download. I'm not sure if they're on the same night as us, but they were on there.
Yeah.
Due to be on there.
I guess there may be some kind of tribute to him then at the Download Festival.
I would certainly hope so. Absolutely. I mean, that guy has done so much for music. You know, he's offered a style that nobody was doing, and he loved every minute. He loved his fans. He loved what he did, and he's always been true to. But there was no airs and graces about Lemmy. He lived very modestly. You know, he lived in Los Angeles, off Sunset Strip, in a little flat. Loved it. You know, he wasn't there that often anyway. He was always down at a club in Los Angeles called the Rainbow. And he absolutely loved playing on machines, one-armed bandits, and that's what he did. If he was off work, most time you'd find Lemmy down the Rainbow on the machine, absorbed with it. You know, he loved it.
When was the last time you saw him?
Last time I saw him was in London at the awards, I think the Metal Hammer Awards, I think it was. And I was presenting to Christopher Lee, or Sir Christopher Lee, and Lemmy and Motorhead were also getting an award. So that was the last time I saw him. They came into the dressing room, we had a chat. I think that was the last time I saw him.
Was that earlier this year?
No, it was a little longer than that, I think.
Yeah.
It's been a while. I don't think I've seen him in between, because I've been here. We haven't been on tour for the last, year and a half. So to get that, I'd always see him on tour, always see him somewhere when we were away. Never that much in England, unless it was an award show or something.
And I guess there's kind of a sad parallel in that you yourself are also recovering from cancer at the moment. I mean,
it really is. It's every time one of my friends go and it's that, it's oh God, it's you don't know how far away you are from it, but you just plod on, and I'm still here, and he was unfortunately he was saying that only not long back. That he's still here and all ready to go out and tour, and that's the thing with him. He'll tour even when we're on tour. I never saw Lemmy ever cancel a show, except once when we were in Los Angeles and they were on tour with us, and he was that ill that they had to cancel the show. Otherwise, never. And just recently, because he's had to cancel shows, that's unlike him. He would go on when he's like, you know, really ill. And he has done, and you know, you got to take your hat off to him. He was a real trooper, absolutely. You wouldn't get better than that.